Welcome to Did She Really Say That? The podcast for women who are done following the traditional business rules that don't serve us. I am your host, Katrina Van Housden, and in every episode, we break down what it really takes to scale your business as a woman. No burnout, no BS, no apologies. So if you're ready to discover how your natural female intelligence can become your biggest and most authentic advantage, grab your free guide at createherplanner.com/free. Now let's dive into today's episode. Well, welcome back to Did She Really Say That? I'm your host, Chef Katrina, and today I am joined by Heidi Muma, our CFO of Truth Bomb Marketing and the CreatHER method. So we're talking today about something that's been, I guess, missing, honestly. Something that we've been hearing a lot of chatter about, things that, take a little time for businesses to build, to be honest, right? Can't throw everything in, can't do everything at once. You kind of build month to month, day to day in the process of building your business. So what are we talking about today, Heidi?
We are talking about the rebellion.
Okay, that's just where you're gonna stop?
That's where you stopped me. You
Oh,
interrupted.
sorry, my bad.
We're talking about the group of a bunch of rebels and the conversation that has been changing inside the world of female entrepreneurs. A conversation that we've been leading, really. You hear people talk about feminine energy and coming back to their feminine. Well, what the hell does that really mean?
We can swear on here. It's our podcast.
I mean, it's like, what exactly is feminine energy and what does it mean for your business? And it's like, and so it's like we took that, we kind of like dove into, it's like, what does it actually mean to be a female in business? And what is different about it than just how you build business? Because there's like, everybody knows there's a structure of building a business. You have to, you have to build the LLC. You have to create the LLC, create your business bank account. Oh, you're in business. Now what do you do? And obviously there's the structures of the fundamentals of building a business. But we got so upset or just rattled by how many women were building business, starting businesses, because they said it's like more women are creating businesses nowadays than ever before. Well, how come they're not breaking through the ceiling that men have notoriously broken through? How come they're not staying in business in 3, 4, 5, 6 years? How come they're doing 90-day sprints and hating what they built? So that's why it's like but when you look at feminine energy and everybody's all about feminine energy, and it's like, well, what does the hell does that have to do with business?
Yeah, how does it go into business? I guess is the question, right?
Yeah.
Like we talk about it, we talk about regulating the nervous system, we talk about reducing our stress, all of this, right? Like as if there's a magic pill out there. Sorry,
The
I had
magic
to I
pill.
had to say that the magic pill phenomenon, right?
No, there's a unicorn.
Yeah, there's a unicorn out there. There's always something that's going to make your life easier, faster, better, whatever. The problem that we saw out here in the entrepreneurial space is that it's all designed for men. And that might sound stupid and weird, and you're like, that's BS. I call bullshit on that. That's fine. But here's what I want you to ask yourself. If you've been in the corporate space and you left the corporate environment or were thinking about leaving the corporate environment to build and scale a business because you want more time, you want more income, you want to get paid what you're worth, and you go and start a business saying, okay, I'm going to have more time, I'm going to start making an income, I'm going to start paying myself what I'm worth. Well, here's the funny freaking part, ladies, is you're building a business off the same structure that you left. And to be honest, Heidi, how many women are actually paying themselves what they're worth when they start their business?
Very few.
Yeah.
It's very few. It's honestly one of the things that I work specifically with women on is how they're pricing their products. And ladies, it's like if you look at what you're pricing your products and you look at what lifestyle you want, how many clients do you need to take on to create that lifestyle you want?
What's the revenue you need to
What's
create on a monthly basis in your business?
Yeah, and it's a lot of it is working backwards. It's like you have to work backwards to really, and it's not an arbitrary number. It's not going to reach out into the sky and it's like, oh, this number feels good. This number speaks to my soul.
It's not that at all.
No. Can I just have a laugh moment here? Where's those sound effects? Laugh!
Yeah, because it's really crazy as we get into this. And so one of the things, so let's talk about what we've done designed within the creator method, right? So over the course of the last 4 years, we've built out and designed the course for women to go through with us. Like it's a one-on-one experience because what I recognized with a lot of women is that group coaching wasn't working for us. It works in some cases, but for us that are building, for the women that really want to build a 6, 7, 8 figure business, having a one-on-one coach that's there for you, having somebody that's been there, done that, and that can lead the way isn't an easy person to find, right? But the thing is that you need someone that's been there, done that, has kind of had the success, the stories, the things that you want, right? And so inside of this, Heidi and I have each been on our own pathway, have successfully built businesses, handled millions of dollars in financial revenue, right? Have seen what it was. And so the thing was, we built Rewire as the female business growth structure and strategy. Like, if you want clarity around your business and what it's going to take for you to actually grow and scale your business to a level that allows you total financial freedom and autonomy, then that is what we specialize in, right? We help you put in the process, the systems, get clarity, and even build the financial structure underneath of it. So,
Absolutely.
Rewire is for women that are less than $250,000 in revenue. Like, you just haven't put in $250,000 in revenue. You're not there yet, but you want to know how the flock to get there.
And you want to build something that you love,
Yes.
that you want to stay in. You build something around that, something that you're passionate about, but it
Doesn't
doesn't,
drain
we
you.
don't want it to drain you. We want it to feed you.
Yeah.
We want it to be as much of a blessing to you as it is to your clients that you're serving.
And yourself and your family, right?
Yeah.
So like Jeannie was one of our clients that has gone through a rewire. And I remember when we first met, she was like, I don't love my business. I don't even know what business I'm in anymore because everything I've been told out there is just more to do stuff, more marketing, more funnels, more this, more that. And she's like, I lost my joy. I lost what brought me into this world and what I'm actually creating inside of there. So we worked with Jeannie inside of building out her systems. She now knows how to onboard her clients. She knows how much money she needs to be making every single month. So now she knows her numbers, which is a game changer for her. And so she's able to deliver a better quality of service to her clients. She has the framework which support her. She has the financial clarity to support her. And scaling now seems easy instead of hard, right? And it's not like she's going to go back years later and say, I built all these systems, but I have no idea how it well works, right?
Mm.
So Rewire is really designed for the female entrepreneur that is growing her business and just looks at this and say, this is going to eat up more of my time. I've got to train more people and I just don't know how to do it, right? That's one of the big things. So we created Rewire for that. Inside of that, we also have built the first female productivity planner designed around the female intelligence cycle. So traditional planners out there are built on a linear daily productivity to-do basis. What we've designed is the CreatHER planner, which takes into account your female intelligence cycle.
Not just female energy.
No,
Understand there is a difference.
yes. What's the difference between female energy and female
Well, female
intelligence?
energy, quite frankly, I don't know what that is.
Still.
Still, I'm like, I don't get it. But the female I shouldn't say that.
No, I still don't get it myself. I'm like, I feminine
Like,
energy, masculine energy.
I,
Like, I just
is
know
it just
myself.
I like pink and purple and flowers and butterflies? That's pretty. Okay. But the female intelligence cycle, ladies, you all have this. You are born with it. You have hormones, ladies. You know how yesterday you got a lot done. It all felt easy. It just like it just flowed out of you. And then 2 or 3 days later, you're like, I can't get anything done. My brain is not focused. I can't. It's like because ladies, it's like you're as much as your hormones fluctuate, your brain energy fluctuates, your physical energy fluctuates. And we all know this, but we just don't know how to necessarily actually flip it and look at it as a superpower instead of a weakness. I think it's been shamed and blamed and put on us as like, oh, you're just hormonal. Yes, you are hormonal. Congratulations. But
Yes.
those hormones can actually work for you, not against you. And that's what we help women to realize inside of the rewire, inside of the rebels. And that's what this planner helps you to look at and track. If you look at your month as a whole, and I'm not saying like January 1st to January 31st, maybe from like your menstrual cycle to the till like to till your next menstrual cycle
Or new moon to new
or
moon.
new
Like
moon to
there's
new moon.
all
It's
and
like
your energy tracking is like yours to design within the
it's
creator
yours to
planner.
design, but like different phases of your life, you're going to track it differently. But even if you're cycling or menopause or perimenopause, you still have an energy cycle.
You have an intelligence
You have,
cycle.
and that's what we've deemed the female intelligence cycle. And so go on from there.
No, because it's really fascinating. Every time we sit down at a conference, we do a training, anything around the female intelligence cycle, it's like this light bulb goes off for all women. They're like, oh, I feel that. Like I intuitively know that, but we've never been taught how to leverage those four phases of our intelligence cycle that we experience monthly as a way of productivity because the only model that we've had for centuries is a male linear day-to-day productivity. So we're always feeling like we're putting out fires. How many of my ladies that are listening feel like you're putting out a fire all the time? You're reacting to everything in your life and you don't feel like you have any control,
Hmm.
right? And everything feels like there's too much on my plate. How do I get my business next piece done? So what we work with you on is how to use your intelligence cycle to make your decision making process. What is your capacity that you're able to hold throughout your week or throughout your cycle, throughout your phases, right? And it's going to shift. Fun thing is that it will all get done. It's just going to look different from a male productivity that we're trying to compare ourselves with, but there's no comparison because we're not a male hormonal cycle.
Oh, let's give them a vocabulary lesson.
Oh, let's please. What
I
do we
love it.
got?
Okay, so we all know the men that Katrina is talking about. Like, I mean, we all work on a circadian rhythm. We
Yes.
all understand what that is. The sun rises, the sun sets, the 24 hours that we all function inside of. We have to. But women, what I was talking about earlier, your superpower, there's actually this this rhythm called the Infradian rhythm. You can go look it up. It's Infradian. That is the Infradian rhythm that all women are functioning inside of. And it's just like, and that's the difference between how men function hormonally. They're 24 hours. Women, you're hormonally, you're 28 to 34 to 32 days, something like that. But it's like, and every woman is a little bit different. But inside of that infradian rhythm is where your hormones are going up and down. And when you learn to work with your hormones instead of against your hormones, it's a game changer. It really is.
Yeah, I like to kind of put this in terms too of simplifying is that we have Mother Nature and Father Time.
Mm.
So, Father Time is what we have been building all businesses, all financial structures around. It is the seconds, minutes, and hours of our day. Like, that's what Father Time keeps track of, right? Like, that is our tangible. That's how we want to see, we move the hours through our day, which is funny because we set hours forward, we set clocks back, all sorts of weird stuff. But that's Father Nature. So he's
Father
structuring time
time.
or Father Time. So Father Time is structure and rigidness, right? Do this, do this, do this. You have every minute gets planned kind of a thing. Mother Nature is cyclical and seasonal. Mother Nature works through four seasons. Whew, that kind of sounds like a woman's life, right? She works through her cycles, right? So she has like spring, summer, winter, fall. There are seasons that she's in. But inside of that, different things happen. And crazy enough, different things happen in the northern hemisphere of this world, and things happen in the southern hemisphere of this
Oh, I
world.
just got the Four Seasons.
You just got the four
I just
seasons?
got the Four Seasons.
Yeah? What did you get?
I got so it's like you have your premenstrual cycle, you have your menstruating time, you have your perimenopause, and you have menopause.
Yeah. So those are the
Um,
seasons of life that you're in, right?
uh-huh.
So we call that being a girl. We call that being a woman. We call that being a wisdom, like a matriarch,
Mm.
right? And then we have like wisdom. So those are like seasons that we women experience that men don't. right? And it's beautiful that we experience this. So, what season of life are you in is also something that if you knew your seasons and you knew your cycle, your female intelligence cycle, you taught that to your daughters or you got to start learning that today, what would the world start to shift and look like, Heidi?
It would be awesome. I mean, I homeschooled my daughter. I homeschooled all of my kids. And tell me, there's three kids. They're all three different. I have no idea how teachers do it. Bless you if you're a teacher.
Mm.
But it's like I can if I had known about this when my daughter was a teenager, so many things would have changed the way that I talked to her, the way that we structured her education, the way that she even just like, all of it. I just looking back, it's like I wish I had known this back then. And I think different things would have helped her with going through the whole, it called
Infradian rhythm, the cycle of her life, her
yeah,
teenage years,
the
her
teenage
the
years,
massive hormonal
the
explosion.
massive hormonal, just understanding a little bit more about how the hormones fluctuate throughout the month, and especially for teenagers where it's an influx of these hormones all at once. Poor things. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, it totally would have changed how I um handled everything with her education.
Yeah. So one of the things, and when we talk about the female intelligence cycle, it's a decision-making process. And that's going to sound a little weird, but it's tied into how you're thinking, what tasks you're getting done, your capacity to hold information. And I think it's interesting because we have so many women that are going through this peri-postmenopausal menopause phase right now. And when I talk to women, those that have been like on birth control and everything else, when they stop and they hit this phase, it's like a whole blown hormonal explosion for them again because they've never been self-regulated,
Hmm.
right? It's always been an artificial regulation of their system, and now they're off that. They are going through another change, but they've never experienced life prior to that either, right? So there's a lot around us women that just hasn't been fully explained and fully really recognized or realized by us. Like, what are we taking? What are we putting in our bodies? Is it helping us or is it hindering us or is it preventing us from fully experiencing our lives at its maximum?
Mm.
Right. So, inside of this, that the conversation of the rebellion. So, we have a LinkedIn group and we specifically did it on LinkedIn because I wanted a different place to go play for the community. So, that's the free community. You can join the CreatHER Rebellion. And the rebellion is the place where you can start asking questions around business, money, marketing, you name it, anything. Between Heidi and I, we've got like 40 plus years of like business experience, okay? From growth strategies, systems, processes, operations, technology, you name it, we've played in it to some extent, right? And so the rebellion is really saying, okay, women, what does life look like if you were to honor your own intuitive cycle? And how do you map that or overlay that to your life, to your finances, to your business? What does that look like? So this is a safe community for you to ask questions. I drop a lot in there around like the moon. I drop things in there around just artificial intelligence, business marketing, things that kind of pop up in our world, right? Next level behind that is we've had a lot of women reach out and say, I'm not ready for the business growth strategy. I'm still trying to figure out my stuff, but I want to learn more about this female intelligence cycle you keep talking about. So here's what we know. Once you learn this, you cannot unlearn it. Heidi's laughing, but it's true. Once you learn this, you cannot unlearn this. This literally becomes your natural rhythm of your life. You start figuring out and learning and decision making process, and you're like, damn, that was super easy, right? Like, why have
The
I been making this so hard?
when you start becoming aware of what's going on in your body and around you, the energy that's around you that's affecting how you're feeling. And so it's like you can't become unaware of it. It's like it's really is eye-opening to start tracking the energy that you have and realizing why you feel that way. And understanding it's not that you can't do anything that day. It's not that you're just going to take the whole day and take a nap. I mean, we do take naps.
That's true.
I do like naps now, but
Didn't do it before. I will tell you.
I
Somebody
did.
was
I
like,
felt guilty about taking naps. but really guilty. But it's like, but understanding that when you do take care, like do the things during the certain times of the month, you get so much more done throughout the, if you through the month as a whole.
Yeah.
It's like you can't, once you learn this and become aware of it, it's like you can't not be aware of it. I mean, it's just, it changes how you look at things.
Yeah.
And not that every day is perfect. That's never going to happen. Life is life. But it's easier, you be able to manage things differently. You look at things differently and you approach projects and conversations differently because of what you're now aware of.
Yeah. And so one of the things we created was a membership.
Mhm.
So the CreatHER Rebels are my women that have either gone through one of the courses or trainings that we've provided and have continued to want to stay in this conversation because here's the deal. Everything outside of this CreatHER Rebellion or the Creator Rebels is counterintuitive to being a female. It's still all processed and delivered through a male linear lens. So when you become a rebel and you say, I'm rebelling against all of this, I'm going to really honor myself as a woman and how I experience life through the lens of being a female, then the Create Her Rebels are the place to be. This is like your group. So the fun thing about what we do with the Creator Rebels is that we all learn from each other. There's not like Heidi and I necessarily leading the conversation, but we're your guides inside of here. And so we always ask the women to share what's working. So the first thing that we do, well, not the first thing, but it cycles, right? One of the things we go over every single month is the planning. How do you plan within your Create Her rhythm? How do you discover what that is? How are you making decisions? When's the best time for that? So we get together once a month and we go over the planning process. We go over how to schedule things to look in your life. We go over the month. So we stop worrying about the day to day and we look at the entire cycle. And then you're going to meet other women that are in different businesses, travel industries, food industries, coaching industries, nervous system regulation, operations, and money. Like you're just going to meet an extraordinary group of women, just to be honest, right? And so we get together and we help create and plan within your female intelligence cycle, right? Because sometimes you just don't know how that's going to look. So having a safe place to come and have that conversation is a beautiful thing. The other thing that we added for our rebels is that, and you mentioned it, there is so much that we can get done in a month that oftentimes we don't celebrate our
Mm.
wins. So one of the things that we designed was the Create Her celebration. So as a rebel, we celebrate the crap out of each other, right? So we use the Create Her planner. We specifically designed pages inside this planner at the end of the month to highlight all the amazing stuff you've done, not just in business, but it could be in any 7 areas of your life, your health, your faith, your finances, your business, your family, your fun, all of it, right? Like we want you celebrating the shit out of yourself. I know I said that out here. That's it. Did she really say that? Yes, I really said that. Because that's the one thing I find missing. Every time I go to a conference, every time I go to an event, they're like, I don't always celebrate all my wins. So what if you could track that?
Well, and I think sometimes, and we do this every month almost. It's like we don't we don't realize the wins throughout the month. We look at it, it's like, oh, I just did that because that's what I do. But taking the time to really talk about these things, it's like you realize, wow, like the things that happen, and it's like it's a really good reminder of how much you did get done during the month, even when you don't remember how much you got done, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's so funny because every time we have we share, right? So we get together, we break out into little pods as we get bigger and bigger. But right now we all come and we share like what are our top wins for the month. And it's so funny is like as I listen and go through it, I find myself writing down more wins of what I did
Hmm.
that month, right?
Yeah.
It kind of like triggers this like, oh yeah, I did this and this. And so I end up with my 10 core, then I have like it starts going around the edges of my creator journal and planner as part of the process. So we wanted to have moments to celebrate moments of learning how to plan as a creator, what that
Hmm.
cycle intelligence looks like, and the experience it not just for yourself, but with a group of women.
Hmm.
And then on top of that, we know you have a lot of business questions.
Always,
Always.
always.
So Heidi and I decided we were going to have an open door hour. Sometimes it runs about 90 minutes, could run 2 hours, depending on the conversations that are in there. But the whole purpose is to have an open door conversation with anything and everything in your life, business, specifically your business. So Heidi's got, the financial education and training that she does. I do business growth strategies, but the women you'll meet in there, the safe place to bounce ideas off of, to learn what's working for other women, to see how they're scaling, how they're using their intelligence cycle in business, in finances, has been a real game changer for us also.
Hmm.
So I've got probably more resources than I know what to do with in my Google Docs and folders, really truthfully. I've had access to some incredible mentors over the years. So there's this archive of information that, what do you always say, if you ask,
If you ask Katrina the right question, you will get an amazing answer. There is way too much information in this noggin, and she forgets where it is. She has to go through the catalog, but you have to ask the right question for her to find the right catalog page. Mhm.
yeah. So the creating about rebels for all of my women is like, we want you to be rebels. We want you to bring this information, this new way of building within your female intelligence cycle into your practices, into your businesses, into your families, into your world, right? Because like I said, once you learn this, you can't unlearn it. So we meet basically 3 times a month. Now, this has the ever evolution. So this is the start of it all. And it will continue to evolve based on your feedback as a woman that comes in and wants to be a rebel. And you're saying, yeah, I want to rebel. I want to rebel against this whole culture. Many of you say this is the patriarchal culture. I'm rebelling against it. Well, to rebel against it, you first have to understand your own cycle.
Mm.
You have to understand how your thinking is a blessing and your body is a source of wealth and wisdom. And when you tap into that, it's like the world like bows to you. And I mean, that might seem like crazy and like overly powerful, but it not bows, it bends to you,
There
right?
you go.
It starts to bend to you. Abundance starts to come in different ways because you really start understanding how you think as a woman as a asset and not a detriment.
Hmm.
You were never designed to think like a male. And every business format structure which we've been gifted is a linear lens. So now we're taking this and we're saying, here's a cycle lens, here's the Infradian lens
Mm.
in which to look through. So if you're looking for a different way to grow your business, if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like you're at capacity, you don't even know where to get started sometimes you're looking to grow and scale your business and you're like, I'm tired of everything else that's out there. That's my experience. I am so exhausted from all the training out there, 'cause after 20 some odd years, it feels like it's on repeat. And I'm like, same thing, different person. Like, that might be the worst thing I can say on this podcast, but sometimes that's how it feels. Because I'm always asking, where is the female lens behind this? Where is the female opposite of this? Where is the female cycle to this? Because I cannot continue living in the linear lens.
Mm.
Knowing what I know now, I sit through all these trainings and I'm like, this is really good if you were a guy. This is what I would change or how I would do it through the female lens. And it's just that slight overlay, that different perspective and
Hmm.
perception that you and I now work through that allows for us to really support women. Because here's the thing, we keep hearing this. We just got off a call. Most women aren't making more than 250,000 a year at the highest. That's like our max cap capacity level right now. Know you have it inside of you to create $1 million revenue, not for yourself, but for the impact it'll make in your community, your family, your philanthropy, all of that, right? When you have more abundance coming into your life, you're able to share that abundance with the world, which is what I keep hearing from women, right? We want to be able to take care of our families, be able to take them on great experiences throughout the world. We want them to see the world through a different lens. Well, to do that, you need to talk to Heidi so that you have the financial structure to make that your reality. Otherwise, you're in the day-to-day struggles of not moving forward.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Absolutely, because if you're not financially structuring your business for profit, you can increase it. Like what I've seen is like businesses revenue will increase, but their profit level is either staying the same or declining. That's
Ouch.
backwards. I understand that definitely your expenses will increase as your revenue increases, depending on there's different things you need at different levels of your business, but your profit level should be increasing as much, if not more, than your revenue.
Ooh, so we should pay ourselves and have a profitable business.
Yes.
Ah, okay. That
Yes.
is often something that's not in typical conversations around business. We talk marketing, we talk lead strategies, but we actually don't talk about wealth and money and financial strategy.
So, yeah, it's like, and I think it's like, well, I've realized that it's like people like they build you they even if you have a business bank account, some people don't, some people just run it through their personal, which is really not good. But even if you do have a bank account, it is not your piggy bank.
Oh, she tells me that all the time, by the way.
It is not your piggy bank. It is every dollar in there has a job.
Mm.
Some of it is to maintain your business. You have expenses in your business, and some of it is your pay. And you have to acknowledge that all that money in there is not to maintain the business. It has to actually pay you and provide a profit for your business
And pay taxes.
and pay taxes.
Mm.
And ladies, and I was like, we were just talking with somebody too about exit strategies and how women don't go into business thinking about how this is going to end. What is your end game? Are you just going to have this business until you die? Are you like, what do you like? I know it's like so many of us with our maternal instincts treat this business as your next child. And ladies, I'm gonna tell you, it is not a child. It is a business. And you have two choices. You can build a charitable activity, which is great. If you want to just be, I just want to help people. I
Mm.
know you do. I know also it's like, or do you have a business that is helping people and also providing an income for you, an exponential income, so that you can have a greater impact on those you want to have an impact for? Because if there's no money in your personal bank account, that limits the impact that you can have on the greater world.
Yeah, it's true. I think I was reading a post the other day from a good friend of mine. He's always been kind of talking about this. He goes, businesses aren't the evil entities out there.
Mm-mm.
They supply jobs. They supply the economy. They make sure our neighbors have a way to get a paycheck, right? And I think what's missing is the female side of that business, a female-led business structure.
Mm.
And the only way this is going to change, and really for you to understand the impact your business has when you can hire on an employee or bring in a contractor or bring in a 1099 and say, hey, I'm helping them raise their family. I've been able to watch them pay their bills on time and I'm responsible for that. There is that sense of contribution to your neighborhood, to your community, to the growth of an individual. And so doing that requires that we as women look at not our business is not our baby, but how do we get our business out there at a different level? And so you'll hear us talk about things like licensing, certifications, wealth building. As a rebel, you'll hear all sorts of conversation and get access to all these incredible women. And I do mean women. I've specifically gone out and sought incredible women to bring to you. Women that teach wealth building strategies that feel aligned with how we think and feel as women, right? Like that was a big thing. I go out and I search for women that are building businesses differently that you can learn from, that you can get educated from. Like I am seeking the higher level of female entrepreneur, and she's here inside the Rebel. She's a part of this membership.
Hmm.
So we are just launching this, but I will tell you, we have already some incredible women that have said yes to being in the being a Create Her Rebel. We are offering the first 50 females that raise their hand and say, yes, I want to be a creator rebel. I want to be inside of this amazing community. I want access to all the women that you know, Katrina. I want to learn how to build this business. I want access to Heidi's financial brilliance.
Access to this catalog.
This one too. This catalog over here is pretty damn amazing also. Because the number crunching she does, I'm like, my brain don't have room for that, right? But hers does, and that's the beauty of being part of the Rebels is that you get access to our level of knowledge and the women that we reach up to and their level of knowledge. So I'm super excited for the launch of Creator Rebels. I am super excited to have these women come together and meet and learn how to plan inside their female intelligence cycle, learn how to celebrate in a way that honors us as women, to do it in a community of women that keeps asking for us not just to rise, but to do it in a way of collaboration and sisterhood. And I think that's the beauty of being in the Rebels is that this isn't just for one moment, one time period. This is your seasonal growth. You'll meet women that are younger, you'll meet women that are older, you'll meet them all. And this is the place where we get to come together and we really get to have a conversation around our intelligence cycle, how it plays out month to month, celebrating that, access to leaders and training that you're not going to find anywhere else, to be honest. I mean, heck, we're ranked the #1 female business mentorship podcast on Apple. Like, I had to throw that in there because that's freaking amazing. Because all the women that we've been interviewing on this podcast are contributing to the growth and beauty and wealth of women. Right? These are women that are building businesses differently, that have seen things, experienced things, overcome things, had breakthroughs in different arenas, business structure, financial. That is what did she really say that? Did she really say that? Brings to the table. And now we've added on the Rebellion, which is our free group that you can join. And then if you want to be a rebel and really dive into the next level of this without having to commit to a mentorship with us, then this is a good starting place for you. So this is our invite to you. And if you're open to receiving it, and having it be a yes in your life and experiencing your female intelligence for the very freaking first time ever on how you build, then we welcome you. We welcome you with open arms. Anything else to add to that, Heidi?
You're invited to the party.
Oh yeah, there's always a party. There's always a BYOB, bring your own beverage to the celebration and to the planning and to the, honestly, you can bring a beverage. This is not an uptight community at all. We will laugh, we will joke, we will say things about our anatomy. Well, it's very transparent because this is how we get and shift the root cause of what we are designing as women in business. So with that, thank you for joining us here on Did She Really Say That? The #1 ranked podcast for female business mentorship. So enjoy. Thank you, Heidi, for popping on with me today.
Yeah, it was fun.
This is not your favorite place to be in front of the camera sometimes.
Not usually.
But you're doing a great job.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, she got up on stage at conferences and everything else. So, thing is, ladies, if you heard anything inside of today's conversation that you think another female could benefit from, please share out our podcast episodes. Any information that we shared with you will be in our show notes, and also it's connected to our website. You'll get more information and access there, but this is the time right now. You're in the perfect season in this perfect time, and you're listening at the right moment to become a CreatHER rebel and join the rebellion and learn how to honor yourself first in everything you do. Because when you do that, family improves, health improves, business improves, money improves, fun improves, vacation improves, faith improves.
They get the message.
Okay, just making sure. Love you all, and thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye, everyone. If today's conversation hit home, don't just listen. Take the next step. Download the free Create Her Authentically guide at createherplanner.com/free and discover how to build your business in alignment with your natural rhythm. And if you love this episode, please leave a review. It helps more women find the show. I'll see you in the next episode.